My roommate's demonic cat ruined my life, so I got it adopted by an exorcist. The first time I met Gary, I thought he was quirky. You know, the type of guy who swears crystals fix your anxiety and thinks Wi-Fi signals are government mind control. I could handle quirky. But then I met his cat, Balthazar, and my life went straight to hell. Balthazar wasn't just any cat. He was this oversized black void with glowing green eyes that seemed to follow you even if you left the room. The first night, he sat outside my bedroom door and howled like someone was torturing him. When I asked Gary about it the next morning, he shrugged and said, "Oh, he's just banishing the bad spirits." Sure, Gary, except I didn't feel the spirits leaving. I felt like I was being watched. At first, I thought I was imagining things. Then the incident started. Gary worked late, leaving me alone with the demon cat most nights. I'd hear things, scratching on the walls, objects falling. One time, I walked into the kitchen to find the cabinet doors swinging open by themselves. I told Gary, and he laughed. "Balthazar likes to play tricks. He's testing your energy." Testing my energy? The only thing being tested was my patience. The big red flag came 3 weeks in when I woke up to claw marks on my legs. Not little playful scratches, deep, jagged lines like something tried to drag me out of bed. Gary insisted it wasn't Balthazar. He's very sensitive. If he scratched you, it's because your aura is off. My aura? I told Gary that his cat was Satan's in turn, but he just called me close-minded. Then, the big event happened. I came home late one night to find Gary in the living room, chanting in some language I didn't recognize, surrounded by candles and, wait for it, Balthazar perched on a pentagram drawn in chalk. "What the hell is this?" I yelled. Gary looked up, annoyed. "I'm cleansing the apartment. Balthazar doesn't like your energy." That was it. I told him the cat had to go or I would. Gary, of course, refused. "He's my familiar," he said, like that was normal to claim. "If Balthazar goes, I go. Fine by me. But here's the twist. I didn't leave. I fought back. I started researching ways to deal with cursed cats. There's an entire online community dedicated to this sort of thing. I learned about protective charms, rituals, and yes, exorcists who specialize in problematic pets. I reached out to one, a woman named Ingrid who claimed she could redirect malevolent feline energies. The climax came on a Saturday. Ingrid arrived with her tools, a bunch of herbs, a gong, and a bottle labeled "Spirit Be Gone." Gary tried to block her from entering, but I convinced him she was just an animal behaviorist. Balthazar, meanwhile, hissed and bolted under the couch, proving my point. The ceremony was chaos. Ingrid chanted, Balthazar screeched, and Gary cried, "You're traumatizing him." Finally, Ingrid scooped Balthazar into a carrier and declared, "This cat needs a stronger energy field than your apartment can provide." Translation: He's gone. Gary packed up his things and left in protest, muttering about how spiritual oppression was ruining his life. The resolution? Ingrid found Balthazar a new home, a literal monastery in the mountains, where he could terrorize monks instead of me. Gary moved out, and I finally got my life back. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear faint scratching on the walls, and I double-check the locks, just in case.